Good morning, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. If we are to have a sustainable future, we must invest in cycling infrastructure. If we are to meet the requirements of the Green Deal and to also halve road deaths and injuries by 2030 and ultimately achieve Vision Zero, we must invest in cycling infrastructure. It's important to realise that disconnected networks and unsafe facilities for cyclists are both a barrier to mode shift, but also a big impost on the health systems in each country across the region. But it doesn't need to be like that. We can change that at a policy level, at an investment level, and at an implementation level that will benefit both people and the planet. But to put this into perspective, I'd like to give you a little tour of the cycling facilities near my house in Brisbane, Australia, and the impact it has had on me and my family and our choices to be cyclists. Near where I live, there's some fantastic small length bicycle paths and lanes where my kids learnt to ride their bikes. At the age of 3, they were already off their trainer wheels and were loving riding everywhere. It was a great place to grow up. Brisbane is the river city, and there's some absolutely beautiful bike paths along the rivers and along the city centre as well, if you can get to them safely. Unfortunately though, as my kids have got older, they've had to venture further and onto roads like this. 70 kilometres an hour, barely any space for them to feel safe, and as a result they don't ride by themselves anymore. Sadly, if my kids were to ride to school, they'd have to do it along this road. 60 kilometres an hour, no shoulder, a 1-star journey to school for my kids. Worldwide, 86% of journeys for cyclists are only 1 or 2 star. We can't have sustainable mobility until we have safe 5-star mobility for cyclists, for pedestrians, for every road user. So, I hope I haven't scared you too much. It is certainly not an environment that I would like my children to go to school on, and I'm sure you are the same. It's also why the United Nations and all the member states around the world, as part of the Global Decade of Action Plan for Road Safety, have committed to 3-star or better performance for all road users. That means for cyclists. And we'll hear today from the Sabrina team and the great work that they have been doing as part of the assessment of the Eurovelo routes, where we will find out how much of that network is still only 1 or 2 star for cyclists. And we'll also hear about the iRAP initiative that's looking in more detail at those off-road facilities and being able to measure their performance as well. If we can measure it, we can manage it. And so I would encourage you at the Commission level, at the government level, right across Europe, to set the policy targets in accordance with the 3-star or better global standard. More than 75% of travel for cyclists on 3-star or better roads and facilities by 2030. With that policy in place, you can set the investment levels to make that happen. But more importantly, each and every time you open one of these brand new facilities, whether it's on the 10T network or a local urban road network, you can ribbon cut that 3-star or better facility and share that great news with the community, with the politicians, with the engineers. Ultimately, everybody will be a winner as we ribbon cut and celebrate 3-star or better facilities for cyclists right across Europe. With that knowledge, people will use the facilities. People will come with the knowledge that it is safe and also that it is sustainable, and it will be a great choice for their mobility now and into the future. We can and must make that future a reality. Thank you.